Final, Gia Sissaouri from the Montreal Wrestling Club in red, Saeed Azarbayjani from the Brock Wrestling Club in blue. Sissaouri, the Olympic silver medalist from 1996 in Atlanta. Chris, we saw him as well in Sydney. He was the victim of really a horrible draw. He was probably the second best wrestler in his category in Sydney, but he was matched up early on against the world champion.
Well, the exact same thing happened at the '99 World Championships. Again, a horrible draw. Really bad luck for Gia. Hopefully gets a better draw this year, in on a nice single leg position. He's got to get Azarbayjani off balance, try to get him down to the mat. Beautiful.
A lot of history between these two opponents. For years, Sissaouri would outpoint Azarbayjani, at least by 10. The last time they met, the score was 7-5 for Gia Sissaouri, so a moral victory for Saeed Azarbayjani.
Bit of controversy there, going out of bounds. Some thought it should be 1 point, some thought it should be 3 points. Sometimes it's hard to know if the move started inbounds or out of bounds. If they end up on their backs here, Gia doing a great job getting Azarbayjani over onto his back again. He's going to try to hold him there for 5 seconds to get the extra 1 point exposure.
And one more for exposure for 5 seconds.
Sissaouri looking good today. The 7-time national champion. He emigrated from the Russian Republic of Georgia in 1992 and settled and currently lives in Montreal.
Well, Gia is very, very technically sound. Tons of confidence, tons of experience. And when he's feeling good physically, very formidable opponent to wrestle against.
He's 30 years old. He says he contemplated retirement after the Sydney Olympics, but now says he wants to stay around at least until 2004 and Athens.
Well, and that's great for Canadian wrestling because, like I say, he is such a great wrestler, great ambassador for the sport, quiet, but always very positive about his experiences.
We have two very quick and cautious wrestlers here.
One thing too, in a sport where the body suffers so much abuse and punishment, Sissaouri says his body through the years has been in pretty good shape and continues to be.
Well, one of the things that Gia has going for him, he's a fairly offensive wrestler. A lot of times when you're defensive, you're more prone to injury because you're sitting back more, whereas Gia is a little bit more offensive, and in general, you're going to get a lot less injuries that way. Again, here we see him again on a nice single leg position. He gets in there so nice and tight in such a good position, it's almost impossible to counter from there.
That's his patented high crotch move. 5-0 now, Sissaouri over Azarbayjani. Saeed came in here with high hopes. He has been training very hard. He thought Sissaouri today was here for the taking, but Gia has been tough so far. Move to round number 2. Sissaouri leading 5-0 over Azarbayjani.
And Gia's just wrestling so well today. Here we saw Saeed going in on a single leg attempt. Gia just did a great job. Strong position to counter. Got a little bit sloppy there. They give Saeed 2 points for the counter. Again, a little bit questionable on that call, but it shouldn't make a difference.
And ultimately, it doesn't. Sissaouri goes on to a 10-2 win over Azarbayjani. Sissaouri now an 8-time